Listen up, because this is about the fire burning inside you, the frustration with outdated systems, the choking chains of institutions that refuse to evolve while you're screaming to break free. Every minute wasted in old hierarchies is a minute your real potential is being crushed under stacks of meaningless rules and dusty traditions. You know the system isn't broken by accident. It's designed that way, to keep the few comfortable, to keep the new, the disruptive, the radical talent from rewriting the rules. You feel it every day. The grind that crushes your energy, the constant clash between what's possible and what's allowed, the invisible walls of decades-old bureaucracy, the stubborn gatekeepers guarding titles and power like dragons hoarding treasure. They say, be patient, follow the chain, but you're not here to wait. You're here to jump over chains, burn them down, and rebuild from the ashes. The old institutions, they don't want you to break through. They're terrified of the disruptive talent that could smash complacency and shake the world awake. But here's the hard truth no one tells you. It's not enough to have the talent. It's not enough to be different or smarter or hungrier. The old mechanisms are brutal, and they will fight you with every trick they know. They bury you in red tape, drown you in silence, and isolate you with invisible barriers designed to kill momentum. And this is exactly why talent alone never wins. Talent without strategy, without connection, without ruthless action is just potential wasted. So what do? How do you break free from these chains? First, stop waiting for permission. Don't ask to be heard. Make noise so loud they can't ignore you. But noise alone is chaos without direction. You need to become a precise weapon of disruption. Find the cracks, small weaknesses in the system where old power falters. Focus all your energy there, not wasted on fronts too strong to conquer. Pinpoint the arenas where your unique abilities can create immediate impact and make the cost of ignoring you unbearable. Then, build your network like it's your lifeline, because it is. You're not alone, even if it feels that way. The real power lives in connection with others who share your hunger and vision. But here's the deal. These aren't the crowds chasing fame or comfort. You need people who are equally obsessed, equally driven, ready to cut through the noise and fight for new rules. Seek out founders, investors, creators who don't just talk about change but live it. Become indispensable in a web of real collaboration, where every link strengthens your ability to overthrow the old. Forget traditional loyalty. Loyalty to legacy systems is the enemy of merit. You're loyal to merit, earning everything, re-earning it every day, proving value without excuses. This means ruthless feedback, welcome brutal honesty, kill your own weak ideas fast, and never settle for comfortable mediocrity. If someone's not pushing you to be better, they are holding you back. Cut them loose. Surround yourself with people who don't just tolerate diversity. They fuel it, because the future is messy, it is complex, and it belongs to those who thrive in chaos, not those who demand uniformity. Next, kill the illusion of freedom handed to you by systems built to control. Real freedom means shedding inherited roles, titles, and rules. No more hiding behind a country, a company, or a title as your identity. Your power comes from your choice to define yourself, your direction. Start today. Write your own rulebook. Build your own metrics for success that no institution can deny because they will never own you. This is not rebellion, it's evolution. When you claim absolute freedom, you become unstoppable because your value is no longer tied to broken stamps or outdated validations. Push beyond your limits, not just professionally, but humanly. Every discomfort, every failure is a border to cross, a frontier to smash. Institutions cling to safety, but you were born to challenge limits. This is not about reckless risk. It's about calculated transcendence. Use your disruption not to destroy, but to reconstruct. The world needs architects over anarchists. Imagine disrupting with purpose, creating new standards and systems that erase rules that suffocate talent instead of preserving them. Your mission is to build structures that demand merit, not favor, that reward ability and impact, not legacy and politics. Capital must serve this mission, not the old guard. Don't chase venture capital that feeds the status quo. Target partners who believe in transformation, who are as hungry as you to fund impossible ideas. Hold them accountable. If the money doesn't demand results, it's poison, not fuel. And don't be fooled. Disruptive talent isn't always the loudest, brightest, or the most visible. It's often the quiet fighter, the relentless grinder honing a vision behind the scenes. Find them, connect with them, let them find you. Above all, never forget what this fight is really about. It's about reclaiming humanity from systems that turn people into cogs, ideas into products, leaders into puppets. It's about igniting self-direction, fueling individuality that produces real, measurable breakthroughs. The old institutions sell comfort but strip away power. You don't want comfort. You want absolute freedom to become who you are meant to be. Meritocracy is your weapon, the brutal, continuous proving of worth that burns away entitlement, hypocrisy, and mediocrity. Own this truth and live it fiercely. In a new world, nobody is owed power. Power is earned and earned again. So rise with a fury that shakes walls, not just cracks them. Go to the front lines of innovation and infrastructure and redefine what leadership means. Stop fighting within the old rules. Tear up the rulebook and write your own. Demand systems that reward the rare, the relentless, the right. Because whether the old guards like it or not, the future belongs to those who build beyond the chains, who create networks of real power, and who refuse to accept anything less than revolutionary merit. Remember this: every chain you break doesn't just free you, it frees the many stuck waiting silently for someone to stand and crack the facade. Be that spark set off by frustration but fueled by strategy, connection, and unrelenting action. Break the institutional chains not because it's easy, but because you have no choice. The world is ready for what only disruptive talent can become when unleashed. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will stop those who wield their freedom like a weapon sharper than any legacy. Go, break free, build with fire, and rule nothing but your earned merit.